Yashala, Yahawah, Alhaganawa, Yahawah, Ahad, Samai, Yashala, Yahawah, Alhaganawa, Yahawah, Ahad, Samai, Yashala, Yahawah, Alhaganawa, Yahawah, Ahad, Shalom Akim. All right, I was the high spirit wind Judah of the GMS Mississippi account. Giving God honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I also want to give double honors to our apostles, great millstone, rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, brother. Give and go. Tripping over my words. But yeah, hey, I want to say Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakodash. All right. Call halayim like Yahawah Shema Shai. All right, call halayim like Yahawah Shema Shai. Call halayim like Yahawah Shema Shai. By Shem Rakakodash. All right. And what I want to go into today is the Most High is not with the free spirit lifestyle, man. All right, because there's a new spirit entering the planet Earth right now. We're in a transition of powers. All right. But with that still comes progression, all right, within our people. And as it says in in Romans the 11th chapter, or the 7th verse to be exact, that Israel have not obtained that which is seeking for. So basically all Israel at some point in their life are looking for the truth, or have been looking for the truth. But then it goes on to say, but the elect have obtained it and the rest were blinded. All right, so even though our people are looking for the truth now, and even though our people are realizing that they are a part of a deception, that they've been duped as a people, all right, that they've been lied to, and we all have a common enemy. A lot of us, we've acknowledged the fact that, the way we live in America is not in alignment with nature. It's not natural. We know that something should happen because of slavery, and we should be vindicated because of slavery. And otherwise, people may know that the answer to getting sick is in the earth versus the pharmaceutical industry. Now our people know these things. You have Eve. All right, she's going natural. She's into nature. She knows how to make certain teas now. A lot of Eve, they know how to make teas, and they smudge their house with sage. All right, but what that has birthed within this paradigm shift, so to speak, is a new age way of fornicating against Yahawah Shema Shai, because there's a good number of our people who left the ways of Esau, all right, just to go to Esau's source, which is Ham, all right, and specifically, Canaan, okay? So our people, they've left, a lot of our people are leaving the Christian realm in large numbers just to go to another snare. And that's the snare of the first oppressors, which are the Egyptians, which are biblically, all right, the nation of Ham, all right? And this is the nation, all right, that tapped into Satan, and they tapped into, ISIS, all right, Baal, and which I know that's in Babylon, and Ra, a lot of Jakes got that Ra vibration, all right. So what's going on is, our people are leaving one snare and entering into another one, all right. So they've acknowledged that, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, or the so-called white supremacist power structure is not it's against his people, all right. But a lot of them, they've gone to certain snares, right? And the Most High, but what that has engendered is a nation of people, talking about Israel, who they know that, they might know that you put you use herbs to boost your immune system, and they might smudge their house with sage, and they take black seed oil, All right, but they still don't have structure. All right, see, you still have to govern people. You can't rule a nation of people through a free spirited mindset, man. All right, if you have millions of people, they have to be governed. All right, see, the elect of Yahawah are part of the governing body. All right, and we're going to administer the laws, statutes, and commandments throughout the planet Earth to govern the nations. All right, but if you don't have that government, then you still have heathens. All right, our people are still in the spirit of heathens, but they just from being heathens under a Greco-Roman fashion to heathens under a Hamitic or Ammonite or Moabite or Elamite fashion. All right, because they don't have the laws, statutes, and commandments to govern their spirits and to govern their nature and to govern their devices. So you have a lot of our people, they are into polygamy, for example, but then a woman might have a philosophy that she could have multiple husbands. She knows Esau is the devil, but she said, hey, let's go back to the ways of our ancestors. First of all, the so-called Africans, which are the biblical Ham, y'all don't have the same ancestors. So you said, let's go back to our ancestors. You're going back to your enemy's ancestors, because Ham had you in slavery two times. All right, whether it was in Egypt, all right, during the time of the Exodus, or it was prior to being hard on those cargo slave ships, man. But what you're seeing now on this planet Earth with our people is a new vibe on Earth, where they're leaving Western thought, which is Esau's way of doing things, but they still have the LGBTQ. All right, they're big on that. All right, but the Most High is not with, because it still produce what? A do without wills mentality. That's why it says, and I believe that's in Proverbs, follow not thy own mind. No, I'm sorry, that's in Sirach. It might be the 5th chapter. Follow not thy own mind, basically to do what you want to do, man. I mean, I butchered it up, but you pretty much get the point. You know, you follow not thy own mind. All right, Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. So when you come into the knowledge, the first thing you have to do is understand yourself. And you understand that the nature of yourself is self-destruction. All right, these chains of darkness, which is our flesh, it has its own programming. And it's programmed to consume and die. All right? One of the things that make you cultured and one of the things that makes you civilized is your ability, all right, and you exercising the practice of curbing your own appetites, man. That's what makes you civilized, man. So you have a good number of our people who they've gone to college and they've done certain things, but they're still heathens because they hadn't put themselves under the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Father, man. All right? If you're a free spirit without the Heavenly Father, you're still a heathen. Are you still a wild olive branch, man? All right? If you're woke, but you don't believe in Yahawah, then you're still asleep. Okay? If you're walking through this earth and your religion is a zodiac sign, you're still lost, man. All right? Because you can't reproduce that. You can't run a nation off your own spirit. You can't run a nation off your damn zodiac. You have women that say, you know, I'm an Aries, and because I'm an Aries, you know, when we get bored, we usually find another partner. All right? That's unstable. How do you run a nation off that, man? See, you have to have no matter what you learn and no matter what you discover, whether it's a new herb or a new stone or whatever it may be, all that has to be under the rule of Yahawah. You could be who you are. You know, you have your tribal distinction. You know, you have your sign, so to speak, but all that's under Yahawah. All right, going to Habakkuk Anava, going to Lurker Old Shop tomorrow, brother. I didn't do the surgery. Hey, call Halayim like Yahawah. And like I said, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about faith. Hey, yeah, via Spirit 44. People today will ask you about your sign before anything when they meet you. All right, it's about 8 billion people on Earth, broken down into 12 signs. You cannot determine a person's full character by way of its sign. Even in college, I mean, not in college, even in psychology, there's a theory called nature versus nurture, saying that somebody's action is either determined by their nature or their disposition, their inherent disposition, or how they were nurtured or cultivated in the environment. So different things shapes a person's character, not just their sign alone. Now you can look into those signs and realize, like, damn, that does fit me, or this does fit me. But the Most High didn't create 12 billion people, 8 billion people to fit into 12 categories like robots, man. There are many things that shape your character, man. All right, like I said, I was going to like I saw someone on a comment board, a woman saying she's an Aries, and because, you know, when Aries lose interest, they go to a different partner. So, you know, you see that free spirited shit, it creates is what? That creates a system of, or a culture of whoredom. Or you may say, because I'm this sign, you justifying your wishy-washy personality, or you justify having an unstable personality, when the scripture says what? An unstable man, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right? So it's the Yahawah Shema Shai rules over any new age thought process that you have. And some of it is a part of our culture, like the herbs, all right? Even stones, you know, we wear stones. I think we got that's an emerald stone, man. But that's part of our culture, and from an aesthetic point of view, as well as a medicinal point of view. All right? Just scrolling through the comment board. Okay? But that's why it says in the book of Joshua, as for me and my house, we should serve the Lord. See, the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah Shema Shai, that comes before all those. First, you have to subject yourself to the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, and then you embrace the heritage of our people. You know, the heritage and the culture and the customs that came with it. But first, you have to know who you are. As it says in Exodus, it's in the 11th chapter, that he made a distinction between Ham and our people. And also it says, is that Leviticus, the 20th chapter, that he served us from other people. So the Most High, he created laws that separate us from the same customs of the people, all right, from the same customs back then that people are practicing now. Praying to their ancestors, all right? Where is that in the Bible, man? But then those same people would think that the Bible was fake. No, it's not the Bible. It's that Esau extracted verses out of the Bible, all right, for his own will. Like serve, obey thy master, all right? Things of that nature. But no, the Bible was written for a certain nation of people. All right, and that nation is you, man. All right? Your ancestors is not going to stop the missiles. Spirit is not going to stop martial law from coming, man. Okay? So, like I said, with this new, Esau's losing his kingdom, but within that process, our people are leaving his way of thinking and going to other ways of the heathen. First, you have to acknowledge who you are according to the scriptures. All right? And those things didn't create themselves, man. Herbs are cut from the earth. Stones and plants, they didn't come from your ancestors. They didn't come from whatever God entity you worship. They came from Yahawah Shema Shai by Shemar Hakodash, man. All right, Sirach 39:21, via Spirit 4:4. A man need not to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he have made all things for their uses. And who's that he talking about? Our Heavenly Father. All right, all things have their uses. But you have to know that it was created by a creator, man. All right? Even our women calling themselves queen and goddess, all right? It's all bullshit, man. In our world, in our heritage, a woman is simply just that. A woman. All right? A woman is simply just that. A woman. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just being a woman, man. There's nothing wrong with just being a housewife, man. All right? And one of the biggest delusions, now that I'm sort of segueing, but one of the biggest delusions, all right, in this new age framework, this new age way of thinking, is that who we are as a man is not enough. Who we are as a man is not enough. for a woman per se. You know, you already got a job, you already got an apartment, all right? You already got things of that nature, but who you are as a man is not enough. Conversely, women have been pandered by the philosophy that how she looks as a woman is enough. All right, how she looks as a woman is enough, because Esau, Esau and niggas and simps, they pandered you based on your beauty, and they deified your beauty. All right, and associating that beauty to your worth, in the sense that people mistake how you look for who you are. All right, and you've been elevated through the feminist movement and the welfare state. So now everyday men don't have their physical counterpart. See, this man that drives trucks, the man that is a carpenter, or a man that works at a plant, he's supposed to simply have a housewife, and that's it. Eve has been elevated above a housewife, and then left the average man without his female counterpart. So it's not so much that what you're doing is not enough, or you don't get it, or whatever. It is that through the feminist movement, Esau took your woman. He took your wife. He took your female counterpart. So you still are the same person, basically virtually the same person, but Eve has left her, she's left her feminine frame. So now the average woman is not compatible with the average man in our nation. All right, she sold out for the ability to have sexual options, the ability to have different attention, the ability to weigh out her options in her prime. And that's still a part of that New Age philosophy, because where is that in the Bible? Or you have women who are self-proclaimed Christians, all right, who still delay marriage or so-called marriage for a relationship, man. Or she'll delay marriage for a career. All right, or she'll play the field, all right? They'll play the field until somebody puts a ring on their hand. Where is that in the scriptures? All right, the scripture tells you, if another man goes into that woman, should not that land be greatly polluted? All right? You see how these New Age philosophies, all right, overthrow our people, man? All right, but going back to the topic, man, the Most High, hey, shalom, shalom. The Most High is not with the New Age philosophy, man. All right, because no matter what type of deep thought you're into, no matter what profound insight you have, no matter what perspective you have, if you are not ruled by the law, statutes, and commandments, you're still untamed. You're still a heathen. All right? You're still lost. All right? Knowing Esau, Edom is the devil, that's the first phase. All right? But you just like Jake goes into Islam. You go from one oppressor to the next. Same thing with the New Age Kemetic thing, man. Ham put us in captivity too. Ham to this day still doesn't associate himself with you, man. All right? What they call you, akata, you know? But that's pretty much the point, man. All right? It might sound hard to some people who are not used to this, but you have to put people under restrictions. And those restrictions maintain your civilization. That's why it says in Sirach, the 19th chapter, that he who resisted pleasures shall find his life. If somebody could put that on the comment board, it's Sirach 19. He who resisted pleasure, all right, basically keeping his life. Because the Roman Empire, it plays into this philosophy that you can embrace your pleasures. But look at the health of our people, man. All right, mental health, spiritual health. All right. So then when you have people that enter into a structure, or you see people who are part of a structure such as our heritage, it gives us restrictions from embracing, all right, this self-destructive mindset, this self-destructive kingdom, man. But in turn, it reserves our life, man. Some people might say we're strict, all right? But those restrictions, it civilizes not only yourself, but also your family, man. All right? The water, brother, the water. Sirach 19:5. Whoso taketh pleasure in wickedness shall be condemned, but he that resists the pleasures crowning his life. So what's an example of taking pleasures of wickedness, man? Taking pleasure in wickedness. God damn it, adultery. It says stolen waters is sweet, stolen bread is sweet, you know? Don't you know the nature of your flesh is to do something that's against the law? And it's more pleasurable to do something that's against the Yahawah Shema Shai than for Yahawah Shema Shai. All right, in your nature, it's more delightful to go after somebody else's woman than to have 2-3 of your own women. All right, according to the law, if we were in our homeland, you could just have 2-3 of your own women as long as you can maintenance them or maintain them. Okay, but that's why it says in Colossians, the 2nd chapter, that the law was written contrary to us. So before you go into deep thought and you go into your herbs and you go into your black seed oil, first of all, you have to subjugate yourself under the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah Shema Shai. All right, and then he shows you, like it says, wisdom will show you her secrets. All right, once she earns your trust, when she basically tames you, because I think there's Sirach, the 4th chapter, it said wisdom will tread him with this discipline. That's basically Yahawah Shema Shai taking us out of that wild olive branch state that's mentioned in Romans the 11th chapter, taking us out of that wild animal state and breaking us down into submission. But then when we get broken down into submission, all right, he gives us wisdom. All right, so before you start going into the earth and you go into certain things, first you have to go into the laws. All right, then you have to go into the ancient wisdom, the proverbs, and then ultimately the prophecies, which is the most important right now. All right, but then you embrace your heritage and your culture, which is a very beautiful and life-giving culture. All right, but without doing that, if you don't put the laws first and you're just a free spirit making sage tea, you're still a heathen. You're just a free spirit smudging your house with sage, you're still a damn heathen, man. All right, Eve, now you have New Age Eve. You know, they don't have that Keisha. They don't have that Keisha vibe on them. They don't have that ratchet vibe. They'll be cool, you know. They'll be kind of feminine, but they'll be liberal as hell. You know what I mean when I say liberal? Liberal goes back to free. So they have a free-spirited mindset. Different partners, all right? They're not under anybody's structure. They've done all types of drugs. You know, they might not be that local ratchet chick, but they're that outgoing, free-spirited heathen, man. All right? So, yeah, although it might not sound friendly, and it's not friendly, it produced life when you put our people under the restrictions. They might say somebody is strict. Strict goes back to restrictions. They're just adhering to a particular standard, man. And that standard creates a boundary. All right, when you don't step outside that boundary, that's called a restriction. But when you step outside that boundary, now you're going into a more heathenistic state. Those restrictions keep you in a civilized, domesticated state, man, which is delightful in the eyes of Yahawah Shema Shai, man. That's what it really means to be civilized. All right? If you look up the word civilized in the Merriam's dictionary, one of the definitions is self-restraint. So how can you be civil in America? How can you be a civilized free spirit? It doesn't fucking work like that. If you look at, like I said, if you look at the word civilized in the Merriam's dictionary, one of the definitions is not only refined and cultured in taste, but also self-restraint. So once again, how can you be civilized if you ain't got no motherfucking self-control? If you ain't got no control, that's why it says in Sirach, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites, man. All right? And as it says in Sirach 19, he that resisteth pleasure shall crown his life, find his life, man, or keep his life. All right? So once again, how can you be a civilized free spirit? That's an oxymoron. An oxymoron is two things that contradict each other. You can't possibly be this new age free spirit and be civilized. No, what happens is you just a cool ass heathen. You a laid back ass pagan. Hotep, Proverbs 5:1. My son, attend to my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding. Hey, bow thine ear. All right. Proverbs 5:2 from Bunyan Yasharallah, that thou mayest regard discretion and that thy lips may keep knowledge. But yeah, man, bow thine ear to my understanding, man. So the mindset that we have to constantly be in is submit ourselves, all right, to Yahawah Shema Shai and sacrifice or deny ourselves. That's part of deny yourself, man. That's what it means to be a disciple. What does it mean to deny yourself? Deny your nature, your beastly nature, but also deny your ambition that you had in Babylon before you woke up. Is that saying you got to sleep by a garbage can or sleep in your car and just go to camp? No. You still got to eat, you know. Still got to pay your bills. But we're not making an effort to build generational wealth here either, okay? So even if people are wearing suits and tie, and even if they are in some fancy hotel, they're not under the restrictions of the Heavenly Father, which are the laws, statutes, and commandments. They're still heathens in the eyes of Yahawah Shema Shai. And they're still classified as weak. If you look up the word weak in the etymology online dictionary, if you stroll down to the second paragraph, it goes into someone who lacks moral restraint. So that's why it says in second Ezra, how the Most High was telling Ezra basically don't give so much thought to the weak. All right, they're weak because they lack restraint. All right, they lack the discipline. See, in this society, somebody that's quiet, it might be looked at as weak. Somebody that don't beat their chest all the time, they might be looked at as weak, man. All right, but according to Yahawah Shema Shai, no, if you don't have enough discipline to keep these laws, then you're weak, man. All right, discipline is a masculine trait, man. Self-control is a masculine. It takes a man to be an Israelite. All right, but if you got some free-spirited, do what thou will mentality, whether it's through this liberal Christianity bullshit or this Kemetic shit, all right, or this Kemetic shit, you know, you're still a weak ass heathen. Yep. And the only way you can really be civilized, only way you're really a part of our royal heritage, because you know Jacob called each other king and shit, but really you a damn peasant. You an Israelite adopting the fashions of these damn peasants around us, man. Only reason you can really be a king and a princess is if you come back to your nationality, man, and subject your beastly nature under Yahawah Shema Shai. And we're all our beasts. All right, we're all like animals outside the laws, man. That's why it says in Leviticus, I have severed you from other people. I have cut you off from other people. I gave you these laws to make a distinction between you and these bald-headed ass niggas that putting tattoos all over their face. You and these people that sacrificing their children, sons and daughters to Molech. You and these people who are having sex with animals. You and these people who are being homosexuals, man. I gave you laws to sever you from these people. All right? I gave you restrictions. See, on this side, restrictions is looked at as a bad thing. You know? Like you just, especially if you're a man and you run your house, oh, you don't let them tell you Mr. from Color Purple. But what you're doing, you're domesticating your family and you're protecting them from the wild. Whether that wild is the hood or just the wild spirit, the heathen spirit of Babylon, man. All right? So the laws is really the laws that make us superior, man. All right, it's the laws. And if you don't have these laws, hey, man, you all over the place, man. Eve is all over the place. Jake outside the laws, all over the place. They have a mindset when in Rome, do what the Romans do. So things that was once associated with being a damn Roman, Jake is going hard at it, man. Jake is having the orgies. Jake is running trains. Jake is eating crab and lobster. Jake is the damn animal, man. All right? But, you know, I hope this live stream was edifying. You know, to be honest, hope some scriptures keep coming into my head because I like what's going on, man. I feel like I'm in the spirit. But yeah, man, I hope the live stream was edifying. You know, once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah Shema Shai, by Shara Kakodash, double honor to our apostles, great millstone rule well. Peace and blessing to the house of David the elect. And I be willing, we'll go live in a couple hours. When I say we, I mean the GMS Mississippi count. All right, we go live around 6 o'clock. So just I be willing, man. Brothers and sisters can just tune in for that. But yeah, man, the Most High is not with the free spirit religion. All right, yeah, they call each other kings and queens, but they're not subjugated. They're not under the rule or any laws. If you got 1 million Israelites, all right, yeah, come, brother. Yep, come. And what you could do, the brother that asked about the herbs, all right, hey, you could go on a detox as well. You know, you can go on a detox and kind of allow your body to be in that alkalinic state, the alkaline state, which will make your body more receptive to the herbs. And one thing you should know about herbs is that herbs are not something that you can put parameters on. You know, herbs are not something that, yep, hey, I've been hearing sea moss. Yeah, I've been hearing that come up a lot. But herbs are not something you can put parameters on, meaning that A plus B doesn't equal C. You take 2 of these and you should feel better in 30 minutes. You know, herbs, to go into the nature of herbs, something that Elder Yahawah was telling me about too, like, you know, it could take weeks before it actually build up in your system. You don't even realize it. And you be like, damn, I used to have headaches all the time, now I don't. Or I used to have this problem all the time, now I don't. Because herbs are really spiritual. It's almost as though they have an intelligence and they know how to maneuver inside of your own body, man. But the way you activate it is you pray to Yahawah Shema Shai, you know? And one of the prayers that we pray to is what's that, number 6 and 24? Yep. Hey, that colloidal silver is bad, brother. Hey, number 6 and 24. You know, you could get a I don't know if you're in a camp or you're outside of a camp. All right, but number 6 and 24, you could read that, man. As a matter of fact, I be willing I could pray it and I just, you know, say it in the spirit for you and for any brothers that need it, you know. But it's basically number 6 and 24. And that's Yabaraka, Yahawah Wayashamarka. Yar Yahawah Panyawa Yaka Wayakanka. Yashai Yahawah Panyawa Yaka Wayam Salaka Shalom. And it's basically saying, you know, may the Most High bless you and keep you. May he make his light to shine upon your face, and may he give you peace, you know. But that's the prayer that you will pray to a brother, all right, or, you know, a sister, you know, she's sick, and one of the elders of your camp, they might anoint them with oil, all right. They'll anoint them with oil, pray that prayer, you know. Then you'll take your herbal regimen, but, you know, it'll really greatly behoove you to Yonder Barth, you're welcome. It'll greatly behoove you to change your diet, you know, get into a more plant-based diet for that duration of time, you know, because that'll help your body. It'll speed up the recovery process. Like the brother mentioned sea moss. Another brother mentioned colloidal silver. All right, something else is beneficial to add along to that arsenal. Black seed oil. And the brothers get into fruit bowls. One thing that I've been making an effort to detach myself from is processed food. Our bodies are like a machine. And from my personal experience, processed food, it slows down just the vigor in your body, and it slows down that machine that digests the process in your body, man. And it doesn't, your body, we consume foods to utilize the nutrients in the food. All right, that's why we're not supposed to eat food just for pleasure. Now the brother goes into fruit, all right? Fruit is really like the real candy of the earth, all right? And it's just the reason why fruit are so sweet. That's like the Most High's incentive to keep putting all those minerals and vitamins in your body, man. Because those are things that invigorate your immune system, man, all right? So like the brothers going into the different the fruit bowls. You can have hope you have a smoothie, all right, or a blender, I mean. Yep, it's the natural sugar, all right? Yep. Anointed Refreshings 144. Hey, how can I forget that, brother? Fasting with prayer is the best healer. Fasting is for your spirit and your body, and it helps your body reset. But all those things collectively, hey, you could be knocking out ailments in no time. You know, like I said, can we put a measure on it and say, all right, you start doing this today and you'll be good by Monday? No, we can't say that. But we know that those things are effective, all right, because this is what Yahawah Shema Shai instructed us to do. All right. So, like I said, this page also goes into health, all right, under virtues of roots, all right. Wisdom of Solomon 7, it says what? That King Solomon, he said that wisdom showed him what? The virtues of roots, all right. So you got what? Onion root, garlic root, turmeric root, ginger root. But some of the most potent parts of a plant is the roots. And the word virtues goes into strength or power. So essentially what King Solomon was saying was that wisdom showed him the strength or the power of the roots that come into the earth, right? Maca root, which is like an adaptogen. And one of the things that maca root does, it balances out your hormones, all right? but also it builds up vigor in your body. All right. All right. Speaking of adaptogens, a lot of brothers that have physically demanding jobs, it'll behoove you to have a certain adaptogen in your body, whether it's ashwagandha, which is classified as Indian ginseng, uh, uh, American ginseng. And the reason why it's called an adaptogen, because it helps your body to adapt to the physical condition in your environment. So what happens is you release adrenaline, all right, when you working, all right? But sometimes you could have like adrenal fatigue. You over release adrenaline because of the stress and the highs and lows of your job. So you can have adrenal fatigue. So with those adaptogens such as ashwagandha and the ginsengs do is that they keep your body from over releasing adrenaline. So it gives you a slow, cool release of adrenaline, man. All right, and a lot of these are also classified as tonics. Now, what do tonics do? It goes back to the word tone. All right, so basically, it sort of invigorates your body. So things like adaptogen. Oh yeah, they also boost your immune system and boost your testosterone. So you got the adaptogens, which I can't think of all of them, but you got the maca. I believe that's an adaptogen. You got the ashwagandha, which is classified as Indian ginseng. All right. You got the Siberian ginseng, which is classified as L-lithero. All right. You got the American ginseng. All right. You got the Panax ginseng, which is like the Chinese ginseng. All right. But these are like manly roots that basically invigorate your body. Okay. All right. So it'll behoove us to take things like this, man, because it says what in Daniel that Esau is going to wear out the saints of the Most High. So although we can't fully be in our full natural state, the Most High does have things in this earth to sort of help us counter these attacks, man. So if you factor all these things in, your diet being more alkaline, or so-called plant-based, especially to knock out an ailment, you taking in certain roots or certain adaptogens. All right, you taking your colloidal silver, colloidal gold is very good. All right, also the black seed oil. Another thing too, I believe it's called kalungi. I went to the Indian store, Elam store, and instead of the black seed oil, they actually had the black seeds. And I've been taking that as a tea. I put it in a tea bag, the black seed called kalungi. I think it's pronounced kalungi. All right, the black seed. Now I put the cinnamon, fennel, and maybe cardamom in it. All right, and I put it in a tea bag and I steep it. And I've been having more energy throughout the day, to where if I usually go to bed at 9 o'clock at night, now I'm naturally going to bed like 11 o'clock. All right. But the way you get a lot of these herbs in your body on a daily basis is you steep it into a tea, or you can buy it in a tincture form, or you can sprinkle certain things on your food. But when you make it part of a daily regimen, you add your honey in it. You might want to put your a certain type of milk in it, if you're that type of person like milk in your tea. All right. But it's a good delight. But you're putting these virtues inside of your temple, man. And over a period of time, you will notice that you don't struggle with certain things that you used to struggle with. Also, lighting certain incense in your room. All right, lighting certain incense. See, certain Jakes know about this, and certain heathens know about this, but it is all under Yahawah Shai. That's what they don't acknowledge. We acknowledge the Creator that created these things for us, man. As it says in Sirach, the brother put it up. All things have their uses. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. If any brothers had anything they want to say on the comment board, these things, all right, they coming back to our heritage have helped a lot of brothers out, man. Brothers have they're coming to these camps, dealing with weight issues and health issues. Then they'll tap into a certain spirit. Now they're toned up, or they've lost so much weight, they don't deal with so many ailments. All right, part of it is coming back to your heritage and leaving these kings dainties alone. But yeah, man, with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, in closing, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah Shai, by Shuram Kakadash, double honor to our apostles, great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessed house of David the elect. And with that, Abab, Kwame Yashala, Shalom. I'm going to read this right quick. Prince of the power of Judah, try not to stress Akim. I'm paying for it now. Pressure, headaches, or muscle spasms in my necks. Also, you can hit me up, brother, because I make salves. I make salves for pain. I don't know if this is you talking about the same thing, but yeah, I make salves. When I say salves, I mean healing balms that consist of these particular herbs: devil's claw, willow bark, arnica, comfrey, and also have that in tincture form, devil's claw, willow bark, and tincture form for pain. So brothers have it, man. You know, different brothers in different camps, they got different things, man. So we just stay in connection. But yeah, just with that, I hope you brothers and sisters edified. Hey, to the next time, shalom.